Every ferret has its merit, everybody. This is how I win. Okay, we run Furret gaming. It's not even difficult. Are you... Whoa. Whoa, I've just given you a choice span. That's actually, you know what? It's not too bad. Let's brick break you. I thought you would exit to, like, Skarmory. I guess nobody knows Furret has brick break on it. You weren't frightened. You thought you were okay. I've pretty much rendered this Tyranitar useless. Sorry, Tyrannisif. Why don't we now utilize that opener and carry this to a guaranteed victory? We'll see if you're sacrificing here. You got a Mantine. That's a-okay with me. I'm not worried about stuff like that. You know what's funny about these Suicune encounters is they sometimes lose because of pressure. I could just sit here and rest for 100 years. You have Haze though. Haze is certainly a PP scenario. I'm gonna just mash into this, and it would seem that we're doing Magneton gaming in this position. It would seem that in this position I am triumphant. Okay, we're furreting, but are we really furreting when Furret's friends aren't here to say anything about it? You know? Like, consider the ramifications of what we're doing here. Why don't you? Alright, I think spamming Mash is a good strategy. You also have Moltres. It's Mantine Superman. It might even be on my own Mantine Superman team that I've used on the channel before. It might even be my one that I did. Let's be completely H. That could be the case. Let's be upfront with what's happening here. There's no need to... There's no need at all to mince words. I've pursued that. That's good. That's positive. I'm going to crunch here. Alright, on the Furret team, I think we're putting Ice Beam on the... It would seem we need Ice Beam on the Tyrannisif for this position. But then what do you do about, like, Calm Minders? What you could do is take Furret off and put something there that does something more useful. That sounds like an idea. Could be an idea there. There could be something to that, you know? I'm being earnest I'm being earnest. See, that nerfed Earthquake is not doing much. I'm out damaging that. That's rough. That's rough. No worries, though. Got through Flygon. That's good. Now we've got this to deal with. But I could have a... I think I have a path forward. I think I have a path forward. Here's what I do. Go here, go Mag on the Mantine coming in. Thunderbolt. Oh, Blissey? Interesting. I could Toxic this. Apply a bit of pressure. And sort of invite a switch out. Or we just KO the Blissey also. That'll do it. That'll do it. Now, how speedy are you, Moltres? Because you... Moltres is a speedy sort of Pokemon sometimes. It can be. I think I will... I'm sacrificial, and then we go here and click Pursuit for a guaranteed KO of the Moltres. And then it's just a Mantine against me. And can a Mantine really make it happen? Can a Mantine on its lonesome... Can it do this? Can you do this? I'm eager to find out. A single solitary Mantine against the world. I'm processing this endgame with all of my computer processing power in my head, because the brain is really a computer. It's got electrons in there or something. Processing the situation. We're processing the situation. I'm just wondering the logistics of going to Salamence and beating this, right? Like, that's a question on my mind that... I think it's pretty safe to just stay with Suicune. I don't know if you can really achieve a lot against me here. Just to be frank, just to be honest. You got 42 hazes, but I have... I can actually click Sleep Talk here for a chance at a KO. I could have done this before. I don't know why I didn't. Uh-oh. Crit Spadef drop is rough. I'll just click Surf, because they might be inclined to stay and do stuff, and what do you know? We got the KO there, and it's a victory for Furret in today's climate. What are the odds of that? What are the odds of Furret victory in today's climate, especially after a shaky turn 1? But really, was it actually a shaky turn 1, or was it the best turn 1 ever done? I actually like tricking a Choice Band onto Suicune, because then my Suicune beats it and my Salamence beats it, right? Let me just trick turn 1 with this Furret Sif. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do a bit of that and see how where it gets us? Gets us somewhere advantageous, possibly. Hydro Pump. I even live the hit. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? That's outstanding work. Now, would they call me the greatest to ever do it if I went back Furret here? Just like for sport, just to see if they'll let me? You know? Like, going back Furret here is such a fun idea. It's almost so obvious because the humor of it is just incredible. We're back into Furret, and it would seem that a Raikou is on the field. And, you know, a Raikou is a bit of a problem, a little bit. Is this Jim? No. No. What? No. Of course not. I would never use Furret. What is this? That's something that I would do? What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you on about? Hydro Pump? Would you dare stay in here? You didn't. You didn't dare. You didn't dare. I think it's a mashable sort of... It's a mashable spot here. Oh, an HP Fire for 38. Mash is doing more. It could easily be Calm Mind Pass. I think I'm going to just Meteor Mash again. With little downside. The downside is currently processing. They're trying to figure out what the downside is. Looks like nobody can quite figure that one out. Oh, Porygon 2. I know the team now. It's this one. It's Porygon Raikou Special Offense. Well, I probably should have just attacked. That you could say there's likely a Salamence check in the back pocket, but a dance could have won me the whole battle depending on what kind of special offense we're looking at, you know? If it was like Jirachi in the back and a Doug and then something, I was smooth sailing. It wasn't that way, but can you blame me for trying? I hope not. This trick choice band on the Suicune is really yielding dividends. It is. It's yielding serious... I don't think Protect is the move. I think we mash. If this fella wants to stay and get mashed to earn a Thunder Wave, I think I'll take that exchange. And the possibility of losing a turn on a Protect as you exit, losing a turn of attack value, it doesn't excite me. I don't want that. I want to attack the enemy. I want to attack my opponent. I want to punch them. I want to mash them with meteors. Here's Suicune once again coming back into the fray. We're going to go Salamence again, and I'm going to HP Fly this time. You're actually out of Hydro Pumps. It's regrettable for you. It's unfortunate for you. Or Doug Trio. Nice move. Nice move. I might live, though. Ah, the crit, actually, is rough. I don't know what kind of... It might have been Adamant Doug. I'm not sure. It was a good move anyway. It was a good move by you. Even if it didn't KO, it was a significant chip. Because Metagross is a problem for you. It's Raikou range and all that. Okay, would this be CM Leech Celebi? In the instance that it is, I have concerns with that. Oh, okay. You went to Raikou. I can't really beat this. I don't know what I'm thinking here. I swapped this out for Ice Beam. Now I wish it was raw so I could deal with this. You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? We actually have nothing for Flygon if not for this Ice Beam, but maybe actually cut Fire Blast, and then we're gonna flounder in the face of a Forretress or something after that. But so be it. This is what it has to be. Bit of this. You should have subbed there. Would have been better for you. To punish my Magneton that can't really threaten you. It's okay though. I'm really all in on either Suicune or Salamence sweeping now. Oh, you don't have a sub? You clicked raw? You thought I was dancing? Thought I was dancing. You thought I was dancing. You did. You did think that way. Well, I do live this. Isn't Ice Beam more than Crunch? I at least live this one and KO back. So that Doug is now gone. It can't threaten my Suicune with lethal force anymore. My Suicune is still a good win con. His Jirachi is tough, actually. HP Grass on it. I think it has Ice Punch. Do you think it has Ice Punch? The Suicune has Ice Beam on it. The Raikou could have had HP Ice. You know what? Probably was HP Ice, right? Wait, it was clicked before. On Furret only, so I don't know. But it's probably HP Ice because there's a Celebi. So I think that you would rely on the Celebi to answer Swampert, and you would go HP Ice on the Raikou. So does that mean this is like Psychic Fire, T-Bolt, or Carmine, HP Grass? Do they usually go Thunderbolt, Ice Punch? I feel like they go Fire Punch with HP Grass, and then either Psychic or Thunderbolt. So I'm just wondering if... I suppose I gotta go Salamence, whatever the case is, because I don't think Suicune 1v1's this, but Salamence might, you know, pose a threat. And there we go. We got something going. We got something going. Porygon 2 can probably check this still. I think the player's Rock Slide for the flinch chance. Didn't get it. But we have Suicune. And with Suicune, there was a dream possible. There was a dream... Oh, wow. It crit instantly. That's bad. That's very bad. Well, GG. 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 Let's do one more Furret game. Why don't we? Let's just keep Furreting. Why don't we just keep Furreting? What could happen? Zaplead? So I'm forced out by the Zaplead, and I have no good switch in, do I? Almost as if leading with Furret is not very good. No. Just kidding. Of course that's not the case. Double edge it. Just attack the guy. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Nothing could go wrong here. I promise. I promise nothing could go wrong here. If you double-edge the Zapdos, just attack the thing, just attack it. Name what could go wrong here. Name what could go wrong with this. Detail it to me. Detail what could go wrong here. I actually pursued that. They usually have a baton. They usually have baton pass. By the way, folks, if you ever want to have a laugh, what you do is you become a Pokemon YouTuber first. That's step one. Become a Pokemon YouTuber. And then what you do is you, whenever there's like percentage damage in the game, like, you know, I deal 10% here, 20% here. Instead of percent, you just say percentile. Even though percentile is a whole different thing, you just say percentile. Because it's a little bit funny. And then this invites statistician gamers to comment in the comments and then tell you all about how percentile is a whole different thing and you're an absolute buffoon. But really, I was kidding the whole time, so I'm the one getting the last laugh, you know? If you ever want to have a laugh in life, I would recommend doing that simple process. And I've just taken 13.5 percentile from a hydro pump, and that's no good. That's put me in range of, like, you know, like a Patrick Antonius all-in move would really end my career. What if I just click Surf, because they're going to click Leech Seed first, and then we go to Salamence. Then we go to Salamence, his Starmie. It would seem that with Furret taking up a slot on my team, I don't really have like a Starmie switch in. Which it would seem to be extremely bad for me because Starmie is fast and offensively threatening, and it's dealt 54.4 percentile to my Metagross. It has done that, and then this is my problem with the modern world, is that... One sec. Percentile meaning Google. Let's just get this out of the... Let me just... A percentile... Okay, use it in a sentence, mate. Use it in a sentence, because you're just saying word salad here. A value on a scale of 100 that indicates the percent of a distribution that is equal to or below... Explain it to me like I'm 5, why don't you? Because that's too many... I'm sure it's much simpler than that, Merriam-Webster. What does 95th percentile mean? The percentage of values found under the specific values. No, I'm convinced this is fake. I think it was made up by Agent Smith. Pretty sure we're in the Matrix. Agent Smith made up the word percentile. It's like he was having a laugh, okay? He was having a laugh. He thought he was funny. He said, what if I just make a word that's sort of similar to percent, but it's slightly different? And then I just pretend it's a whole different thing, but I'm actually lying this entire time. And that's... You've all been fooled by Agent Smith. He got you. He got you, okay? There is no spoon. There is no percentile. It doesn't exist, you idiots. Please. Percentile. Come on. You can't just put "ile" at the end of something and then pretend it's another thing. Come on, you can't fool me. It's more likely that we're living in a simulation and it was Agent Smith who came up with it for a joke. Alright? Don't give me that crap. Don't give me this crap. I don't want it. I'm not buying it. Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying it. You went to Celebi? That's crazy. That's a crazy move. I see that. I sort of see the vision with the Doug trio switch in. That was good almost, but the Celebi switch in against the Salamence was a little nutty. It was a little bit of a nutcase maneuver. It was a nutcase maneuver, and we can admit that. I might just explode this Swampert. Oh, you stayed. You stayed. Good stay. All gamed. Now I'm in serious trouble because you have a 100% Swampert. I thought you were going Swampert there because you didn't want to risk your tar. Turns out your tar is healthier than me. HP fly to the... It did 33 with a crit. I'll just quake. I just have to quake here. If I can Toxic this Swampert, we're okay. Let me go to my Magneton, who's yet unrevealed. Oh, damn it. I'm curious. What are you trying to catch? Were you trying to catch Magneton? Because everything else revealed was except Tyranitar. But why would Tyranitar come in on... Oh, you were trying to get the sleeping Suicune, I see. Trying to get the sleeping Suicune, but you got a unrevealed Magneton instead. Is my problem. Is that I'm using an idiot's team instead of a smart person's triumphant team. The triumvirate will have their way. Now there I thought you would double to the... No, now you won't do it. No, you did do it. I'm in my own head. I'm not making any sense. We're not making any sense. I'm not making any sense. The Furret team is not doing very well, folks. It turns out you can't just put a random Pokemon in slot 1 and then just win games. It's actually pretty bad to not have... Turns out that Furret isn't providing me with anything. It's not doing anything. This is a big problem for somebody like myself. You see, right here, Cloyster can just make 3 layers against me, can't it? It can. Yeah, trick, but it doesn't even really change anything because you can just make 3 layers. And I think what I want to do is actually... Should I just dance? Like, take this opportunity to dance? Like, you have a Salamence check, though, is the thing. Guess I force you out. You have this, yeah. No, Furret's going to be good one day. One day it's going to be really cool. I'm waiting, but it hasn't happened yet. But someone told me it'll happen. Somebody told me that. I trust... People just say stuff to me and I trust them. Is that bad? Is that bad? Should you just listen to people without considering that they might be lying? Do people lie generally? I just tend to take things at face value. I tend to just... Ludicolo is just gonna massacre me. Look at my whole team dying to Ludicolo. Look at this. This is a huge disaster for somebody like myself. It's a really big problem. I'm gonna have to explode on the Ludicolo. You know how shameful something like that is? It's a pretty shameful ordeal. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with myself for what I've had to do here. I don't think it was much of an advantage for me. I gotta admit, I wasn't very good. Is this gonna 3rd layer? Are you gonna 3rd layer? You're gonna surf? We're gonna go here and we're going to... You went to Metagross last time. Maybe I'll catch you. Maybe I'll catch you. You went to Regice. Oh, interesting. I've chipped it significantly. I like Salamence's odds to win later. Salamence could win this later. Someone tells me Furret has an entry point. Yes, it does. You tell me we're living and we get momentum? I lived from the recoil. We sank ourselves to sand and we get to switch in whatever we want next turn. And people told me not to run Furret. People told me not to. They said it was dumb. They said I was stupid. They were correct, but that's besides the point. Nobody but me can play games. Nobody. Nobody. I think I just T-Bolt. I don't really want to... Do I want to Toxic this? Really? I think that if I Thunderbolt you, it's good enough. Wow, Ice Beam resisted is dealing 40... You're dealing so much here, Regis. That's impressive work. That is impressive work from Regis. That's damn good. What's up with Regice having like weird screws under its body? You see that? It's got like weird screws as legs. What's going on with that? It's all screwed up if you ask me. Explosion? I could have protected that if I wanted to, if I was smarter about it. If I was better, I could have done something there. I could have been something more than what I am. Some of you folks out there are more than the sum of your parts. I'm simply the sum of my parts. My parts, that's all there is. I'm not anything more beyond that. I'm just like a bunch of cells. I'm a bunch of cells and words are coming out of my mouth, but it's all dust. It's all nothing. It's all just dirt. Oh dear. We can flinch here. I know it. I know it. I deserve it for my hubris. My hubris is about to get punished with a simple flinch. No, it was a double edge for Chip. Okay, that's also probably going to win you the battle. I don't know. In the back, is it an arrow? It's a Salamence. Okay, I got one of those too. I got one of those. But mine is like... The thing about my Salamence is that my Salamence is... You did the dance again, which is the move you had to do to win. It was the winning move. Here's what I can do, though. We can sack Suicune in an unavoidable interaction for the opponent, achieve one more Intimidate, and then I need to, like, Rock Slide crit, I think. Because dancing is pointless, but I misclicked, but it didn't matter, really. I misclicked. It's okay. It's okay because nobody's here to watch me lose with Furret anyway. You know what people are here for? You know what people are here for is something better than that. Food guesser. This is a better game than what I was just doing, okay? Daily. You guess the food. Okay, what in the world is that? That is, it looks like... Ingredients are, it's got noodles in it. It's got sesame oil in it. Could be a Chinese dish. They use sesame oil. Mustard is optional. Shrimp is optional. This dish involves chilling cooked ramen noodles and then topping them with sliced cucumber, ham, egg, and vegetables. Is this like one of those Hong Kong foods? Because in Hong Kong they put like lunch ham onto, you know, noodles, and then that's what they do. This is... This is something I know. I know about this food. What meat is that? That's there's a meat on the left, which I... There's another image of it here. Okay, that seems to not have the same meat. So maybe this meat on the left is one of the optional meats they're showing me. Chicken is optional. That's definitely chicken that is optional. Optional chicken. Guess a place of origin? I'm going to guess Hong Kong, because... I'm warm. So it's like in Asia then. Is it like... Is it, maybe it is just a Chinese... I don't think Chinese... I don't think they would put ham in it. That's like a... Is it like a Korea? South Korea? Nah, it's not. It's called hiyashi chuka. That doesn't really help me. Is it like a Philippines? Is it the Philippines? Cool, I'm cool. Is it Indonesia? Wait, cool is bad. Even though it's got a green... I thought it was good because it's green. I'm actually going further away from where I am. That's bad. That's bad. Could it be in Japan? Yes. It's a Japanese food. It's a Japanese food. It's from Osaka Airport. It's noodles with ham and stuff in it. It's a cold noodle dish. Okay. I've never heard of such a thing. I've never heard of it. It gained popularity post-World War II. Interesting. A Chinese restaurant in Tokyo during the Showa period came up with this. Did they? A bit of food history for you folks. A bit of food history. But more importantly than that, we simply must do today's Costco, because without today's Costco, who even are we? Can we even call ourselves human beings if we don't do today's Costco? Zephyr Hills. 28 bottles of water. 28 bottles of spring water. 28 of them. Costco stuff is always cheaper than I expected. It's like 50 of something and it's $1. It's always cheaper than I expect. So why don't I say like $14.99 as my first guess? No, it's lower than that. It's lower than that. I thought it would be higher than that. $9.99 for this water. It's even lower than that. You can get 28 bottles of water for how much? I guess it's just water. Maybe that's valueless to some people. I feel like bottles of water are kind of expensive though here. They're like the same price as any other drink. But maybe these bulk ones are not too pricey. That's a $5.99 sort of scenario. It's above. That would be $7.99. It would be $6.99. Is what it would be. Yes, $6.99 for 28 bottles of water. It's an incredible deal. An incredible deal. I don't know how good the water is though. Maybe it's got like. It's got Tyrannosif dust in there or something. We don't know where that came from. We don't know about that. Do I even dare do New York Times connections? Because if I do, the comments were honestly tearing me apart for not knowing that Gold Leaf and Gold Nugget were linked. I wasn't thinking about them in terms of gold. I was thinking of I don't even know what I was thinking. I'm so bad at this, but I think that it's good for the mind, so I'll do it. We got Pip. We got Pip on here. Pip. Dewey. We got some good words. Dewey. Scrooge. These are good words. I like these words. They're glowing and they're... Mountain. Alright, food. They just have food on here. As a word. They have bucket. So if you don't know, folks, we've got to find 4 of these words that link to one another, and there's 4 groups of 4 that link to each other. That's the way it works. What a twist that is. Mat. This is like a play mat, or perhaps a mat in front of your door. Glowing. I'm glowing. Food. I'm a foodie. Bucket, mop. Are related, but this is always a trick. They're tricking me. They're tricking me with bucket and mop. They can't. It's not. They have nothing to do with one another. I'm guaranteeing you, if bucket and mop are in the same category, it's. I would be surprised. I would be surprised. Pip. Pip. What is Pip? Tell me Pip. Pip install. Isn't that programming? Pip install. Like a programming library? Okay, what is a mountain related to here? Mountain. It's always something abstract, like, you know, it's like a phrase, like, you can't put the food before the drink, buddy. It's like some phrase from the 1920s they expect me to know, like, you can't twist off a horse off a carriage, buddy. You can't. It's like some 1910s quote from Abraham Lincoln that they expect me to know. A mat is a... You can measure a man's worth by the quality of their mat. You can... Don't put the supply line before the chain. Supply chain. Supply chain. Food chain. Oh my goodness. Thinking outside the box might have helped me here. It's actually often something like this. Supply chain and food chain. Am I cooking here? Am I cooking? Glowing chain around my neck and a pip chain. No. I might have just... Keep that in my back pocket, though. I don't think it's that, but that's the right way to think. Food chain, supply chain. I'm cooking. Fresh food, but with a twist. That's like a slogan for a grocery that charges $30 for a watermelon. Dewy. Dewey. That's the character from Malcolm in the Middle. That's not a word. It's a person. Go on. Supply line. Supply line. Mountain lining. I'm mountain lining. I'm on a fresh line towards... I'm on a bucket line. This is the... there's a line. I'm going to twist it. No. Glowing pip. There's a glowing pip on my radar, folks. There's a pip. Pip. Those without a pop filter and shambles at today's connections. Matt. Mateus. Smooth. You see how bad I am? I can't make a single connection. Not even a one. Food. Daisy. Fresh. Daisy. It's like... It's always some stupid phrase that they made up in the 1800s. Don't be a daisy unless you want to be lazy. You're mowing, I'm glowing. That's my new quote. It's what I say to people who are mowing their lawns. You're mowing, meanwhile I'm glowing. Okay, thatch. What is thatch? I don't even know what that word means. That's thatch. Can I Google what the word means? I'm surely allowed to Google what it means. I should be allowed to... A roof covering of a straw. It's a covering... It's a roof. Like in medieval times, they would have like a thatch. Okay, well, I had no idea about that. So now I've learned something. So a thatch is like a roof which is related to a bucket. They both prevent rain, I guess. Or they both prevent water from... Bucket... Mop. You can't put the mountain before the hill, mate. You can't put the food before the mountain, bucko. You cannot put the Disney's Tangled before Disney's Mountain Adventures. Disney's Tangled is tangle. I'm tangling. I'm twisting. Twist, tangle. Pip. Can I Google Pip? Can you allow me this? Shareholders, are you watching? Investors? A small hard seed in a fruit. See, I thought it was like a... I thought it was like a blip on a radar. A pip on the radar. Okay, it's a seed in a fruit. That's food related. Fresh, pip, food, mountain, supply. Daisy, pip, dewy, thatch, like things relating to plants. Because a thatch is the roof made out of leaves, allegedly. I have a growing distaste for the glowing word on here. I'll challenge anybody to connections and I'll lose no matter what, okay? That's my guarantee. Me and anybody in connections, I guarantee you I will lose. Because look at me, I'm in shambles right now. I've never been more lost. I was more at home in the Furret versus Zapdos matchup. At least I have a chance to crit. Here I don't even have a chance to make a single connection between Scrooge and who... Scrooge is like a... That's Scrooge McDuck. It's like a rich guy with a monocle, right? That has to be what that is. If that's not what that is, I'm not going to Google it. I've used up all my lifelines. But if that's not what that is, then a Scrooge owns a mountain with which he puts a pip on the... to create some food. Food supply lines. Mat is a thatch, a mat. These are like things in my house. The roof. Bucket mop. No, one away that is though, one away. So 3 of these are connected. Bucket, mop, is bucket and mop connected, or is it thatch and mat with bucket that's connected? What would be connected? I thought these are things to like prevent rain maybe. Or things in my home. I guess, but maybe thatch is not in my home. Food is inside of my home. What? Oh, that's not even one away anymore. That's even further away. So I was closer with this. Oh, crap, man. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna get me. I'm so lost. I can't do it. Supply. It's not. It's even worse. Somehow. How is that? Wouldn't they tell me if it's one away? So you tell me Matt was certainly part of the connection then with these, because otherwise it would have Matt, bucket, mop. See, I thought Matt was the one that I could throw away. These are things in my house, bro. These are things inside of my house. I have a roof, a bucket, a mop, and a mat. I guess, do I have a thatch, really? Not really. I have a daisy? Are you kidding me? I have some supplies. I just clicked on that one. I'm in shambles, folks. I can't do anything. Adjectives for nice skin. They are gonna kill me with these God-forsaken categories on connection. Adjective, your skin is dewy. Who says that? No, no, no. They need to... Who works at New York who makes this? Who works at New York? Is it Logan Roy in his ivory tower? He's like... Some dewy skin for the gentleman. You are not... No one has ever said that in their life. Dewy skin. Go on, then. Your skin is glowing. I guess the other ones make sense, but... Dewy, is it like... Is this made for people who live in the 1920s? Who says dewy? A mess of hair, a mat, mop, tangle... A nice thatch of hair for the gentleman. A thatch of hair for the fellow. Your hair's looking a bit like a thatch, mate. Dickens characters, I'll just concede to that one. I have not read Charles Dickens. I know Scrooge is one of the characters, but you can't tell me about Bucket, Pip, and Twist. I mean, please. Be genuine with me that Bucket was not related to Mop. Bucket, Pip, Scrooge, and if anyone got that, I'll be surprised. No, someone definitely got that. There's some absolute Charles Dickens superfans in the comments. I know that to be true. I was right about the chain, but what the hell is a daisy chain? Daisy chain? Mountain chain. I was right about mountain chain. I was kidding. I was kidding about mountain chain. Mountain chain. What the hell? It's just a series of mountains. Okay. Daisy chain. They've made it all up, I swear to... It's a number of electronic devices that are connected in sequence. It's a bunch of electronic moves, the devices that are connected to one another. I didn't know a single one. They're gonna call me the biggest idiot that I've ever been. You've all been an absolute bunch of peaches in the chat. You're glowing today, everybody. You're glowing. Except for the hair. Your hair's a bit of a thatch. Alright, I'll be honest, you're looking like a bit of a thatch. Just being Just being sincere, but... I guess this is my way of learning phrases I've never heard in my life. I'm going to give up on the idea of completing the puzzle successfully, because it's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's made by Logan Roy, who's yelling and screaming about it in his ivory tower in New York City. Okay? He thinks he's smarter than me as well, is the worst part. And he's probably right. Anyway, goodbye, folks. Remember when this was a Furret video? I remember that. That was good times. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to there.